can't see you because of the light, but pretty good.
You're nervous?
Are you nervous?
Let me get you in focus a little better.
Can you get that bokeh?
Yeah, we got the Seinfeld's full bokeh right now.
Oh, really? Oh,
blurred
yes. Bokeh Seinfeld.
So, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing, this is a coat I got in Canada. When was it? In May, I think. It's way too warm, but you know, looks formal, so here I am.
Do you ever wear it in the real world?
I've never worn it before. This is one of the first times I've worn it.
This is a nice, safe place to test it out, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name's Dominic Stéphane Leblanc. I was born in Alberta, Canada, 1989. Some would say I'm a globetrotter. I've traveled a lot. I can name all the countries and the years if you want. Do a little timeline.
Why don't you go backwards?
Backwards. Okay, so I moved here in 2014, so it's been 5 years, which has been great. Before that, I spent 10 years in Montreal, living with my family and my brother. Went to college there. Before that, I was in Libya, which, if you don't know, is in northern Africa. Before that, I spent 3 years in the.
Did you ever make it to Southern Africa, the AK?
Let me keep going here.
Okay.
Before that, we were in the Congo, which is central western Africa on the coast. That was a really good time. I think I was between 9 and 14 there, and as you said, we used to take vacations in South Africa, which going to Cape Town and Johannesburg doing the safaris, that was a really cool experience. And then before that was just, I was kind of young and new parts of Canada, that's kind of a blur to me. So, yeah, here I am.
Where was Dom born?
Medicine Hat.
Is that Montreal?
In Alberta. Hat of Medicine.
So for those who are not as familiar, walk us through the various states, provinces of Canada. Give us the rundown of which ones are.
Okay, I'll start from the west. So you've got British Columbia. If you ask anyone in California and I say Canada, the first thing they always say is, "Oh my God, Vancouver's so nice," and I'm like, because all you got to do is go straight north, so it's easy for here. So it goes British Columbia. After that, it goes.
Is it nice? Have you been? I don't think you've told me.
Not really. I've been to Vancouver at the airport, but I haven't been really to BC.
I think you're missing out.
I've been to Washington though, which is kind of similar. So okay, let me keep going here. So it was camera 2. It was BC. Then you've got Alberta. After that, you've got Saskatchewan, Regina. Those 3 provinces are kind of Regina.
Is that a small one?
It's probably the size of Ohio. They're in the Great Plains, so it's super flat, very cold in the winters, not very populated, kind of boring. Then you keep going, Saskatchewan, Regina, then you hit Ontario, where Toronto is, one of the biggest cities in Canada. And then it goes Quebec, and then you start hitting the Maritimes. That's where my brother and my dad were born. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and the last one is Newfoundland. So Newfoundland, at some point, was not part of Canada. It was actually.
It's Newfoundland.
It was a kind of. It was part of Canada, but it wasn't. It was kind of.
Like California.
It was independent for a little bit, and then it got brought into Canada. But even if it is, it feels independent because it's on an island, and we call it the Rock. People that live there call it the Rock, and they call people that live here mainlanders, which is funny. So we're mainlanders. I dated a girl from Newfoundland once. She was so funny.
Let's hear more about that. What happened there?
I met her in Quebec. I was doing an internship in northern Quebec in Chicoutimi. She was studying in a college during summer, and they were offering a kind of an English class. No, sorry, French class for English people. So she was a teacher at the time, and she had her summers off, so she just did it for fun and also to advance her career. And then we kind of met there. Did long distance for like a year. I loved all the little sayings she kind of taught me. There was, so you'd say hi to someone, and then rather than saying, "Hey, how are you? How's it going?" you'd say, "What are you at?" So "What are you at?" if you slow it down means "Where are you at?" and "Where are you at?" means "How are you?" So you'd say, "Hey, how's it going? What are you at?"
Would you say the how's it going or just the what are you
No,
at?
you just say, "What are you at?" And then, here's another one. So if you want to say something positive, or rather than saying, "Oh, right on," or "Yeah, let's go," you'd say, "Yes, bye." Yes, bye. That means you're stoked.
Yes, I'm
yes,
bye.
yes,
I'm
bye. Oh, yes, bye. So it was so funny to hear those people speak. They're super nice, though.
All right, time out.
I'm killing it here. Has it been 5 minutes?
Probably.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this one's done. So let's keep going. I want to get a different angle for the last segment on this guy.
Oh, behind the head?
This is the more behind the scenesy one where you see.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But this lens might not work for it. It's not gonna. Would you mind if I switch real quick?
Which one?
Lenses. This takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, please. Yeah. You think I got somewhere else to be?
Back.
Were you filming the whole time on that? Well, okay.
Moving right along.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing about the United States?
The favorite thing about the U.S. or California? Because to me, they're
Both.
kind of separate. Favorite thing about California is, I think, proximity. So we're close to the ocean, we're close to the mountains, we're close to the desert. Like the feeling that you could drive in the morning in any direction and hit any of those spots is really cool. And then you ask, what was my favorite thing about the U.S.? I think it's the sports here. Like everyone follows their own college or pro team, and I think that the scale and the size of that is pretty cool. You see that in Canada with hockey, but not to the scale it's here.
What do you miss most about Canada? Hold on, don't answer that yet. We're gonna make it a little more dramatic for the last bit here. Oh, that's way better. Hold on.
Get that bokeh, baby.
So what do you miss most about Canada?
Well, when I left, I was living in the city of Montreal, which was... Montreal's very multicultural. There's a ton of people from different backgrounds living all together, and everyone kind of got along. And so I think Canada is kind of like that in most places, and that's what I miss most. There's not a lot of friction between people in Canada. Everyone kind of gets along. It's not politically here either on the left or the right, and then very conflict. Canada's not really that way politically and socially and culturally. So
One Canada, one people.
one people.
Any final thoughts?
No, let's cut this sucker and edit. Let's go, baby.
Say cut.
Cut.
Louder.
Cut what?
Say cut louder.
Cut!
But wait till I stop talking for a second.
Cut!
How about with a point?
Cut!
That's good.
Yeah.
You want to try it? Sit right here.
Okay. This is so cool. Okay, grill, baby.
Don't knock this over.
Okay, wait. I need out my knife.
Is it recording? No. I'll turn it on.
It's recording?
Yeah. Ooh, this feels awesome. Is there little yellow lines like kind of on my face?
Yeah.
Okay, that means I'm in focus.
Okay, Matt. You just bought all this gear. Why did you do this? Why did you get all this set up like so quick?
Yeah, zero to $5,000. You mean? In the span of less than a week. This time last week, I wasn't sure. I had been browsing, and I was very seriously browsing, but yeah, now we own it all. Well, combination of two factors. Three maybe. One, I've always been into photography and video, and everyone always says, sort of incorrectly, just not really knowing what it would take, or what people who are actually trying to get into this field are already committing time and money wise. They, oh, you should get into video or photography. You should do that professionally. Oh my gosh, you should just do that. Okay, let me just drop everything and move to Hollywood on someone's couch. I mean, people are already spending way more time and energy on it.
Okay, so let me stop you there for a second. So are you doing it for yourself, for your friends?
No, I'm doing it for myself. I've always been into it, and I've always been really into it, and I know all the basics, and I took some classes in college, but the camera gear to do it well has always been rather pricey, but beyond that, I just haven't had time, and I've been in college and getting a job, and now I have enough free time and money to get not just good camera gear, but what would have been $20,000 or didn't even exist yet 5-10 years ago. So I figured we're kind of at the golden age, the heyday of potentially traditional filmmaking techniques. Everyone and their sister's got a YouTube channel that's an influencer or a content creator, and they have professional camera gear and techniques, and that stuff's not out of reach for citizens these days. And going forward, before you know it, 20 years from now, the quality and AI in your cell phone type thing is going to be able to recreate the look and the quality that right now is still only in the hands of professionals, semi-professionals, prosumers. So this is the chance to get in. I have the time, I have the passion, and I want to up my game a little bit beyond vacation montage videos.
That's interesting what you said about it's kind of a bridge or a breaking point between media and social outlets and the equipment. So both are kind of more accessible to
the gear,
16-year-old.
Yeah, the gear they were loaning us in college video production class was way out of my price range, and now this stuff I own is right on par with that for a fraction of what it costs even then, and it's even more powerful, way more powerful. And the computers that we have to be able to manipulate all the high quality content are more powerful. The prices at the perfect point, and I'm at the perfect point. Single, 30, free time, passion, content. I got content. Mostly ski content, vacation content. And then the last thing was my friend Joseph is having a 30th birthday party this weekend.
Hey, can you give a quick shout out to Joe right here?
Joe, what up, man? Big props on turning 30 and having us all over for probably the most legendary party San Diego's ever seen, and I'm excited to capture it for you and all of us to be able to relive it for years.
Yes, yes. That party will be epic. We don't even know what's going to happen yet.
No one knows.
When it's going to
There's 1 hour, because it's daylight savings time at 2 a.m.
How crazy
that
is
night,
that
where the time rolls back to 1 a.m. That hour doesn't exist. We're going to have to do something special in that time frame.
Body shots?
Body shots, the works. So, on that note, let's practice cutting this video.
Let's cut
to
it.
get ready for Joe's
Do
party.
the cut thing. Do the cut thing.
Cut.
That was good.